Well, hello, welcome, and allow me to narrate you my spring break. Just a side note, you're gonna wanna watch this whole video because it gets super funny. I promise you, you won't wanna miss it. My boyfriend and I took a road trip to Arizona to visit my wonderful grandparents, and we were blessed with a sweet ride to get us there and back to Texas safely. Despite being stuck in a vehicle for over 30 hours together, we still love each other, if not more, upon returning back home from this amazing week. Our drive through Texas eventually took us to New Mexico, where we were greeted with beautiful scenery for miles. Once we arrived, we spent some time with my grandparents and ate some food, and then decided to go for an evening stroll. This is my boyfriend Zach soaking up the sand with his feet. He said it felt good on his feet. Also, we sadly didn't get any pictures with my grandparents because one, I think we were just having way too much fun while we were with them that it didn't even cross our minds, and two, I would just like to thank the coronavirus for interrupting my time with them. They didn't get to go out much with us, so hopefully next time we get to go do more with them without your interruption. But anyway, here's a cactus we saw on our evening stroll. The next day consisted of my grandparents' dog, Thule, driving us to Sedona, which is, in my opinion, the most beautiful area of Arizona, besides the Grand Canyon, of course. It took us 2 hours to drive to Sedona from my grandparents' house, and it was all worth it because, just look at these views. Sedona is just gorgeous, and if you ever get the chance to go to Arizona, I highly recommend you visit there. It is breathtaking. The next day, my boyfriend and I ventured to the one,
the only,
actually, there are many in the US, but
Portillo's.
Home of the famous Italian beef, and of course, you can't forget the Chicago-style hot dog. Now, I grew up near Chicago, so I've definitely had my fix of Portillo's. However, this was his first time getting a taste, and needless to say, he
loved it.
Only a crazy person couldn't, let's just be honest. So after we stuffed our bellies full of Portillo's, we went to go look for the Hole in the Rock, which is a famous rock formation in Phoenix. And I don't mean to give it away, but it's literally what it sounds like. It's a hole in a rock. It's pretty exciting. The next day was probably one of my favorite days because we walked through a castle that was built in the 1930s. The story goes that soon after learning he had tuberculosis, a man named Boyce Luther Gully moved from Seattle to Phoenix to build a castle for his daughter, Mary Lou, and he did so without giving both his wife and Mary Lou a heads up. He built the house out of inexpensive materials like rocks from a nearby mountain, stone, even car parts, telephone poles, and rail tracks from a mine. But when Gully passed away in 1945, Mary Lou and her mother were notified by an attorney and eventually came to live in the house that he built for them. The tour guide mentioned that all of what is seen in the house are original pieces from when they all occupied it. Isn't that neat? Even that skeleton is apparently real. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Hopefully this is in focus, I can't really tell. I am in the White Sands.
I'm a little too fat for the tube, I think. I'm too fat. It doesn't work. Too fat.
5 hours later.
I'm just letting them stare at me. This is not gonna work.
These don't work on sand. Plastic. What is this? Rubber? It's a float. Floats don't work on sand, just FYI.
Oh no. Please don't break something. Hey, that is a bad idea. That is a bad idea.
It's so fun.